Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading about somebody that feels very strongly that they will be reuniting with another person. We have a little bit of envy or jealousy here as well, because we've got somebody that had felt it was necessary to leave when they saw you as somebody else. So they could be questioning if you're dating somebody, questioning if you've moved on, that kind of thing, while also having very strong feelings about wanting to reunite with you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I don't know what it is about wind chimes that make me so happy, but they do. Hi there, Peggy. How are you doing? Let's see. We've got a little bit of a pull coming from the Meta Muse, so we'll start there. I don't know if I've ever shown you this, but look at how well this matches. I'm pretty stoked on that pairing, if I can say. Words might be a little bit of a struggle for this person since I'm already stumbling over my words, but we'll find out. It might just be me, guys. We have the Prince of Pentacles, or in other decks, this would be like the Knight of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords in the reverse. There's a little bit of stagnation here, a sense of not being able to move forward because there's something that hasn't been resolved. Like, I'm very focused on the neck that she seems to be trying to like feel better about, a pain that hasn't been alleviated. In part because somebody's stubborn. There's somebody here that knows that they could do something. They've got everything that they need, but they're just like standing still. So definitely a sense of somebody letting something drag on longer than it should. It's like that, I don't know, that like stereotype that like old men don't like to go to the doctor, that kind of thing. You know, like, I know this is what I need to do. I just really don't want to. Kind of like how I feel about the dentist right now. Like, must I? I don't want to. Strength in the reverse and 10 of Wands in the reverse. Yep, pretty much. Letting something hold you back to the point where it's overwhelming, to the point where you feel like you can't keep doing it anymore. So if we were to latch on to the whole like dentist comment that I just made, that would be like somebody who has toothache that doesn't want to deal with it because they know it's going to be even more painful, but then they let it get progressively worse until it's like, okay, now I can't like eat food, so I guess I must go somewhere and deal with this issue, right? Somebody's letting the pressure break them. Hi there, Mountain Girl. How are you doing? So it's like, how long can I delay this? How long can I procrastinate? Justice in the reverse. 7 of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. That is a pretty awful, like, combo. So this is letting an opportunity pass you by that hurt this person, whoever's being stubborn, uh, but also hurt another person. So this is like not speaking up, not defending somebody, not defending what you want, um, and suffering the consequences, letting something really upset you, but not doing anything about it. You know, like, yeah, I know my tooth should get pulled, but I don't want to deal with it. And so now it's like rotting, you know, like somebody just let this fester would be the right word. Um, Four of Cups. There's a sense of boredom here. unwillingness to learn from a situation, unwillingness to seek wisdom. What's popping into my head right now is somebody that goes through a difficult time and wants to. Did I say hi, Tiana? Hi, Tiana. They want to like almost roll around in the pain or the disappointment as opposed to taking the lesson from it. Um, I had a friend ask me at one point, like, what do you think we're actually here for? Like, why do we have to go through all of this bullshit? And my comment was something on the order of, like, to learn. Like, we have to get over ourselves or unlearn some things that we were taught, find out who we are, and then progressively work on ourselves. That's like the whole kit and caboodle right there, as far as I'm concerned. Is that super Midwestern to say that? Kit and caboodle? Does anything else say that? I feel like this person's like, fuck you and your lessons. Like, I don't want to learn. I just want to like whine about things not going my way right now. It's frustrating when all they have to do is accept that there was something they should have done differently or accept that there was something they needed to heal and then things get better. But instead it's like they're rolling around in their dirty clothes complaining about how it rained instead of like taking a shower and getting all freshened up, right? Like move on. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. 2 of Pentacles. Lots of earth energy. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. It feels to me like there is somebody who is normally struggling, like in general, they struggle with stability. It could be emotional, it could be mental, it could be financial, but this is somebody who doesn't necessarily pick themselves up and move forward. So it's causing like a sense of almost like emergency, like, hey, you're like losing shit in your life because you refuse to stabilize after a difficult situation. Like you have to recover, ask yourself what you learned, and then take that on your merry way, right? I watched the show alone, and it's not because I think it would be really fun to do that. I don't think I could do that by myself. Like I would be a little bit too anxious, I think. But I feel like it's interesting television, but also like I could potentially learn something, you know, how to start a fire, what berries not to eat, how to properly cook things or wash things. Like you have to boil your water before you drink it, shit like that, right? I might as well take a lesson from somebody else going through that, right? I feel like this person isn't grasping onto those lessons, right? You're sitting there watching your life go by, you're learning things, but disassociating from them, like putting them over there in a box. I don't want to deal with that, you know? You gotta take those lessons, fold them in, and like be a different, slightly different person after that experience, right? I feel personally attacked. Sorry, Tiana. Yeah. You know I love you guys. Um, we have to be discerning when it comes to other people, right? But we also have to know how to self monitor, how to be self aware. What can I do differently? What can I change? And what can I control, right? Control the controllables to create something that is more of a balance and avoid the betrayals. So basically, are you asking yourself, what you do that you could alter that has led to previous instances of betrayal, trusting people you shouldn't trust, befriending people you shouldn't befriend, loaning things out you shouldn't loan, right? Like I've lent people money and regretted it. Anybody else? Like there's decisions that we make that lead to consequences, and the appropriate response is, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. Right? So I think that's the biggest thing here is whoever this is resonating for, asking yourself, what have you learned about other people and what have you learned about yourself? What can you do to avoid situations that have been particularly, you know, I wanted to say heartbreaking. Um, are you ignoring the red flags, right? I mean, if you're wearing a polo shirt that's literally covered in red flags, I'm going to run the other way. But if you only have like two or three, can I still spot that? Like you've got to look at it a little bit like a video game. Am I leveling up? Am I getting better? The lovers. So specifically, are you rejecting love opportunities that don't make sense? And there's that temperance card again. Okay, for some of you, might be you might resonate with like a Sagittarius energy, or you may find that you are most calm around Sagittarius, but definitely some Sagittarius along with the earth energy we have here. But you should be very focused on what creates balance, what creates stability in my life, because now we have multiple references to that. We got the Two of Pentacles, all about balance. Justice, all about balance, right? The scales. Wheel of Fortune, this is like karma, right? Things will balance back out depending on your choices, depending on what changes. Temperance, we have that one twice. This is about a good mix, right? Sometimes I feel like it's talking about the perfect alcoholic beverage. But it's all about, literally that beverage idea is, are you balancing out the acid with the sweetness and the tart and whatever else is all in there, right? You've got to have something that combines well together. So you, I think, are being asked, are you discerning enough about who you pursue and who you reject? Are you looking for a little bit too much danger? you know? Yeah, that's a thing. There are definitely a lot of stubborn twin flames out there, believe me. Don't hand out money like Oprah, Tiana. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Hello there, Tara or Tara, however you pronounce it. You're welcome here and I love you. We've got the Devil in the reverse and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. My. Someone a couple days ago commented that there's no frosting here, like on my channel. Like I just say it, and hopefully that doesn't irritate you all. I just want to be honest, right? We've got a situation here where basically you have to let go of the habit of lying to yourself. I'm not sitting over here calling you a liar. I do this to myself too, okay? Something we all have to work on. I should probably not do this, but if I did that, then I could, like trying to justify something that your gut is telling you, breaks, abort, don't do that. Not a good idea. If you're ignoring your intuition, if you're not listening to your discernment, then you're leaning back into things that you have already learned not to do, right? This is like if I were to go back to smoking cigarettes after I quit, if I were to go back to somebody that I blocked and swore I would never go back to, like we have these temptations to undo some of the progress that we have made in life. And that's fine. Things happen, right? You got to be able to forgive yourself and pick up and keep going, right? But there's this Ace of Cups is coming across to me as self-knowledge and self-love. You've got to know yourself. You've got to know what you want, what is acceptable behavior, what are your boundaries, and what you love about yourself, right? Like there are certain things about me that I would never change for anybody. There's a lot of things I wouldn't change about myself for anybody, to be honest. But you know what I'm saying? There's some core elements that we all have to learn to appreciate, right? Learn to love yourself. That's what you offer the world, right? You have skills, you have a sense of humor, you have a personality, you have a love language, whatever it is. Love those things about yourself, because I feel like somebody here is maybe being a little bit stubborn because there are some insecurities here, or there are some fears about what would happen if you did X, Y, or Z. And sometimes life is like the peak of a roller coaster. I may not always be ready to go over the biggest like drop or biggest peak in a roller coaster. I might be like proverbially shitting myself, like, oh my god, that's so high. But then you just like, you don't have any control over it. It happens. And then at the bottom of it, you're like, that was actually pretty awesome. Like, why was I so scared? Right? I don't know. Maybe that's my own roller coaster experience. And all of you are like, I don't know, I'm just excited the whole way through. But that's life, right? You get to certain points where you have to challenge yourself. You have to do something that feels a little bit um, out of the norm, right? And your ability to like stabilize and stay calm in those situations should grow over time, right? Like Tiana saying YOLO. I like it. Thanks, Peggy. Hello, Joshua Tree. How are we doing? I miss Joshua Tree. What a cool place in the freaking country. We have the World in the reverse and the Nine of Wands in the reverse. This is interesting. I'm going to grab one more card because this is like teetering on two different interpretations. And another 9. Well, if there's something that's bothering you, if there's something that you feel like you need to pursue or say, or you need to pursue some sort of like completion of something, this feels to me like unfinished business with somebody or something that you felt was like done, right? For some of you, this particular combo is like saying you might feel like you have completely processed or gotten through some sort of trauma and healed from it, only to have a conversation or some sort of trigger happen and then be frustrated by a sense of losing this like ground that you had worked for, or this stability that you have worked for, because something rehashes or like brings up is that a word, brings back to like the forefront of your mind this experience. We got to ask ourselves, when that kind of thing happens, what is it that you're being asked to think about, to do, right? If you haven't fully healed from something, you're probably being asked to address that. You know, can you do something as far as therapy? Can you do something as far as making art? Can you have a conversation? Do you need to write a letter? You can write a letter and not send it to somebody. That's a real thing. I do that. I'll just tell you all. I don't care. Judge me if you want. I will write a letter and not send it to somebody just to get that shit off my chest. Like, okay, I've done it. We're good. Not saying that I avoid conversations that need to happen. That's more like the stuff that maybe I just need to like get over myself, you know, like they already know these things, but I might say it a little bit meaner and then never send it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to get it out. So I feel like this is something that's coming back around that you thought you had put to rest. Oh. This is temptation. I'm just going to say it. Some of you are going to have the opportunity to have one last naked go round with an ex, and it might be a test. 3 of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse, 4 of Cups in the reverse. They're all in the reverse. Now, I kind of like the 4 of Cups in the reverse, except for it's clarifying the Devil in the reverse. It's like curiosity about something that you already let go. Queen of Cups in the reverse, not based in love, more like somebody's manipulating another person. I feel like this is somebody coming back around that you know you should reject, but you can't help but be curious. Like, go on. How much do you think about me? How much do you miss me? um, it doesn't matter because this isn't a thing. We have the Queen of Wands, Judgment, and Knight of Cups in the reverse. This isn't a good offer. This is an offer to do something that I feel like the next day you're gonna be like, probably shouldn't have done that. Let's just look at how similar the Judgment and the Devil card are. This is temptation, okay, people? We're talking about something you don't want, but you have some sort of inability. I think Judgment was in the upright. I have a feeling I'm reading for somebody that has been doing a lot of work, has had maybe even a little bit of a glow up. So you may feel like you're looking pretty decent. You may feel like there are a couple people interested in you. You may feel like things are going really well for you in terms of work, but it's the love category where you're like, medium. um, and I'm just going to encourage you to really lean into that Queen of Wands energy, okay? But in a very particular way, because the Queen of Wands can mean that you're looking good, that you're like sexy or whatever. People are drawn to you, but not always for the right reason, okay? Just because they think you're hot doesn't mean that they're a good use of time, okay? And it also, Queen of Wands energy is that ability to accept whatever is meant for me will be for me, and whatever is not meant for me will not be for me, right? So you have a decision here, okay? And your decision is, what do I do about this offer that comes in that I know isn't going to go anywhere? Like, are you trying to intentionally date or intentionally um, be selective with who's in your circle or in your love life? Because if so, then if you know this is just like a little dalliance, if you know this is just like a little physical thing, is it really worth your time? You're just giving away your energy, right? For not much in return. If we were to talk about sex as an energy transfer and like an actual transaction, then I think more people would understand, like, there are a lot of wasteful decisions that people make regarding sex when you could potentially just like accept that that's probably not going to be something that's good for me. That's probably just going to cause drama. That's probably going to rehash something I don't want to rehash, right? I've closed that. I think I'll just leave Pandora's box alone. Like, I'm getting all judgy over here. I'm sorry, I shouldn't. But this is like the universe trying to warn you. Like, if you've worked really hard to get to a certain place, don't like backtrack, right? Because honestly, the more I look at these first two cards that I pulled, I left when I saw you with someone and we will be together again. That just makes me feel like somebody got jealous because they feel like you're interested in somebody else. So they're trying to find a way to like lay stake to their claim, to more or less just like prevent you from really moving on, right? Ooh, I got Justice in the reverse again. But now we also have the Ten of Pentacles in the upright, where previously we had it in the reverse. For some of you, this opportunity, or this temptation, I should call it, comes at a very inopportune time. For many of you, you ruined something good that could happen by choosing this backtrack, right? So you could lose a job opportunity, you could lose a new love opportunity because you're too focused dealing with this drama over here with somebody that you knew was a bad decision, anyways. Has bad decision all over the forehead right here. Thank you, Miss Tiana. Don't do it, Tiana. Yeah. Listen to that voice inside that tells you this is not a good idea because it's usually right. All right. This is my new favorite, the Pulp Tarot. The images are so cool. I'm trying not to use it every reading because I like to have a little bit of variety, but it's pretty awesome. All right. What else do we have? So we already had the World in the reverse earlier from the Marigold. Now we have it in the reverse alongside the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, which we also had in both the upright and reverse. So the Ten of Pentacles has come out for every deck, even though I've only pulled 2 from the pulp. And this is a big loss, right? A setback. Generally this is like money, could be family, but this is a big event that happened. Somebody could have stolen from you. Somebody could have tried to accuse you of something that you didn't do. 5 of Cups in the reverse. And they don't feel bad about it. There's something you have to do to close this chapter. It's not closed yet. Like it's begging for rejection is kind of what it's coming across as. Like you progress in your journey once you finally tell this person, oh, that's cute. You think we're going to be together again? What if I told you that's just not going to happen? Like, just to make it very clear, it's not going to happen. What would happen? How would they treat you? Because in my opinion, when somebody says this isn't what I'm interested in, or, they reject me, my response is, okay, totally fine. I'm going to go this way. Like maybe in some situations we could still be friends, right? But there's a measured and calm way to respond to a rejection that doesn't make you look like a total dickbag. Like, how many of us have dealt with somebody that didn't know how to get rejected? Throw a big fucking tantrum and name call. I wasn't interested in you anyway. That's weird. You just scroll up a little bit. I think you'll find out you're lying. Like, we can, if we want to, we can totally normalize people rolling with rejection like it's just another Tuesday. Wednesday? It's Wednesday. But, just like, okay, that's fine. Other fish in the sea. I'm fine, right? So we have the Queen of Cups and yet more Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. She's in the reverse though. So basically, this is very opposing energy. The Queen of Cups and the upright, this is like a sweetheart, somebody who's very emotionally open and mature, able to express themselves, caring. And the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is very much so self-absorbed, right? One would be potentially altruistic, and the other one would be very focused on themselves. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's not loyal. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, this is like, I think about you not while I'm making decisions, but like afterwards because I have to deal with a cover up, not because like I genuinely consider your feelings. This is not a good energy. So it's like basically ask yourself, when you are hoping for somebody to be a Queen of Cups and they instead show you that they are a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, what's the reaction that you should have? Probably, like, we're done. We're done here. So we have the Hierophant, King of Wands, Lovers in the reverse. A tale is old, it's time. This is kind of pathetic. I'm going to pretend that I want a relationship when really all I want is something physical because I know that you wouldn't choose me unless I did that. Let's just be honest about what we want. Hey, yeah, is that a thing? Can we do that? This is somebody who's going to say, I want a relationship, I want something serious, but really they just want the conquest. They want to be able to say they hit it again. They want to be able to say that they hit it at all. Like, this is somebody who is looking for the conquest, not for the long term. So, Justice in the reverse, Lovers in the reverse. It would be a poor decision or a step in the wrong direction to choose this person. Don't choose this person. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm just trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm just trying to help you remember that those messages that you feel from your gut mean something. They're not just like indigestion. So we have the King of Pentacles. This is a different energy. This is not the same person. King of Pentacles, King of Cups. Definitely different from a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. So this is what could be lost if you pursue the person you know is not a good idea. King of Chemicals, really, maybe they work in chemicals. We've got two very like suited up boys here. We've got somebody that is reliable, practical, probably doing fairly well for themselves financially, and somebody who is, I think, well liked by people, able to communicate, and a little bit wiser than perhaps the average person that you've spent time with. Three of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this is an unexpected, like, diamond in the rough. You randomly or not so randomly run into this person because you are at the same level. You have that level of independence, or you have that ability to be more discerning than a lot of people. For example, I would think the person I'm rooting for is not a serial monogamous. You know how to have a little bit of break between relationships, right? You can be on your own for a little bit. Damn. So we had Judgment right here. And it was in the upright. Here we have it in the reverse with the Four of Wands. This person who's a temptation, they're going to claim that they want that next level when they don't. Like, look at that hand on Judgment. It doesn't look very friendly, right? This is something that has an expiration date before it's even like put on the shelf. Okay. I don't know a nicer way to say that. This is somebody offering you spoiled milk. This doesn't have a long future. Ten of Swords. Chariot. This King of Wands, or the temptation energy, is somebody that likes to leave options open. Like, I know that these are swords entering the body on the Ten of Swords card, but what I'm hearing is Taylor Swift's, is it Blank Space, where she's like, and I'll write your name. Like, this person likes to have a roster. This person likes to have a backup plan, a distraction. And this Chariot card is just making me feel like this is somebody who is a, like, absolute runner, right? You have to chase them down. They don't chase anybody, and they don't stay in the same place either. So, a little bit of a warning, right? All right, let's get some fairy Lenormand going for you. What else do we have? $27, envelope, message, communication, right? About, it's number 30, the Lily. It's like a, hey, can we talk? Can we grab coffee? Can we grab a drink? Something innocent, innocuous, but you know what it is, right? You know this is an attempt. You may have even gotten a message just like this from this person before, right? Hello there, Set of Fire. How are you doing? It's just in case somebody is confused by that. It's Set of Fire in my soul, which is way better, right? We have number 11, the Whip. I haven't pulled this card in a while, you guys. Should I do it? Whenever I pull this card, I like to tell you all what my mom and I do. Little joke that we say back to each other. The whip. No, not the whip. The whip. No, not the whip. The whip. No, anything but the whip. Anything? The whip. It's from some movie. I can't remember what it is. Have I said hi to Nancy? Hi, Nancy. Oops. And then number 12. I like that progression. So more communication, but I feel like this is a friend. Shit, maybe it's me. Somebody here is like, I know you're tempted. I know that's a thing you're considering doing, but you shouldn't do it, because what is the whip? The whip is punishment. Like, you know that's not going to go well, right? And it could be your own intuition, but you're going to get a message from somebody that seems like a white flag, or everything's innocent, everything's fine, or a fresh start, right? We will be together again. And your intuitive, like, your gut feeling is, no, run. No, don't do it. I'm glad, Tiana. Let's grab something besides the Lenormands. We'll go with the Kipper, actually. So if you know somebody is a little bit of a liar, you know somebody is prone to saying one thing and doing another, then just stop believing them, you know? Shit, call them out. I mean, you can say what you want to say, but I know that's not true. Right? You can say you just want to have coffee. You're not going to try to pull a move on me, but I think we both know that's not true, right? So we have child, concern, and courthouse. Wow, that's a lot of letter C's. So the letter C could be important. But we've got somebody here that is being a little immature, um, offering some sort of new beginning. And this courthouse is absolutely the judgment card, right? This is like, you're going to have to make a choice. You might feel like the bad guy. You might feel like you have to be more mature than you want to be. Do it anyways. In situations like these, it's a really great idea to ask yourself, in 30 days or in 6 months, am I going to be mad at myself for making this decision or this decision? What does future Carmen want for me right now? What would she like go back in time to change if I made a decision on this, right? So think along the terms of, what do I want for myself down the road, and how would that be impacted by this particular situation, right? Queen of Wands, you will be able to manifest a situation that's better for you. This King of Pentacles, King of Cups, Two of Cups. This is a love that's waiting for you, but you have to deny this person. Nine of Swords in the reverse. Somebody is going to either set you up, or the universe is like bringing you together with this person that seems like a pretty good match for you. You have to reject somebody first. You have to have the ability to say, not my cup of tea anymore. Then we have the Page of Swords and the Two of Swords in the reverse. Tell the universe what you want. Tell the universe what you're ready for. Tell the universe what you don't want anymore. Hey, you're not my type anymore, okay? Like, I've matured. I don't want that anymore, right? All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you everyone for the lively chat, for the $1.99, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I will see you on the next reading.